What's up, bud?
Not much, man.
How are we sitting with all these guys coming in?
I got the oats all planted.
Did?
Yeah.
Water
I got the waters. I got the water on the big pivot right now. When it gets done, I'll switch it over to the small pivot.
What about the ATVs?
I got it back here. I'm going to pressure wash it.
Okay.
About the only other thing that I know of is Amy told me, well, it's on my paperwork, that we got a couple guys coming in that's going to borrow our rifles, and they ain't been shot in a while.
They're going to shoot our Savages?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can do that if you want. You want me to shoot the guns?
Yeah, sure. And I'll start pressure wash.
Okay. Then there's a couple protein feeders that need to be filled and a water trough I wanted to show you some on this. Got a little bit of overflow. All right, I'm going to go get rifles and shoot them. And
I'll get pressure washing.
I get the fun job. I get to sight in guns while Randy pressure washes. A couple clicks up and it'll be dead on, shooting a good group at 100 yards. So. All right, we're running a little behind as usual today, and we're getting ready to go to the stand. We're in Texas, so we definitely can feed. Got my orange corn powder. I'm gonna mix with the corn that's already in my feeder. And I've got this bow blind set up. We've been feeding it, every other day or so, keeping these deer coming in here, and they really love this orange corn powder. I mean, it's just straight citrus. I mean, they love it, and they really come into it. And I've been doing this every day, and we've got a couple bucks on the Spy Point camera that are coming in here. And where Randy's at, there's a couple bucks coming in too, so we both should have a pretty good sit tonight. I'm pretty excited about it. As I drive, it'll just mix into that batch of corn, and it kind of sticks to the corn, but it's more just, they just love that smell. They will just come to it like crazy. If it's legal to bait where you're at, and you've never tried orange corn, I would definitely try it out. Even got a little Savage Outdoors on the package because we love this stuff down here. So we're gonna go get in the stand, see if we can't kill a big one tonight. We're hoping we can. There's definitely some big bucks here, and we got the Bowtech. We're gonna try it.
Uncle Randy has yet to shoot a buck in Texas this year. He spent a whole week hunting the same blind looking for a giant buck that would only show up when he wasn't there. So when December rolls around, he's going back to try the exact same thing, hoping for a different result. Isn't that the definition of insanity? I'm starting to figure out why I shoot all the deer. Good luck, Randy.
It's just getting light enough to see good here. This is a tight spot, but perfect for bowling, and we don't get this wind very often here. We got this northwest wind. It's perfect for this setup. There's two really nice bucks that have been coming in here. There's a nice 10-pointer that showed up about a week ago, and then there's this big, mature 8-point, heavy-horned 8-pointer that's been here for 2 years, and nobody can ever get him. Jamie even had an encounter with him earlier this year. I'm hoping we have an encounter with him this morning. Except we don't have it labeled as an encounter when we're done with him. There's some javelinas coming out behind the feeder over there. He just ran that doe off. The deer don't like these javelinas, especially in a tight spot like this. They don't like each other. We're not gonna see any deer with them in here. Here comes another one out. There's 4 of them. I'm gonna shoot one of these javelinas and get them to leave. right there. There ain't gonna be no deer come in here with them in here. You can legally kill 2 a year, and I haven't shot javelina in years. I think it's javelina time. Man, it was blistering. And I got him to leave. Plan executed perfectly. I had to shoot both of my javelinas for the year in one sit though, to get them to leave, but I nailed that second one. They didn't hang around. Now I just need a big buck to come out with 2 javelinas and a buck and one to sit. There's a deer right there. It's just about to jump the fence line. He's got the neck of a 4-year-old, but his back is straight as an arrow and he has no gut at all. They always tell me if you have to make something of age, he's not really of age then. And he doesn't scream it to me. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pass on this one for right now. It's not the first mistake I've made. 50 yards from us right now. And I still can't make him 4. I could be wrong, but there's always tomorrow. It's supposed to get cold tonight. Maybe it'll bring out the big boys. We'll see you tomorrow. Just starting to get light enough to see. We've got deer all around us. We can hear them walking behind us. We got 3 or 4 that have been walking back and forth in front here. I still can't tell what they are. This one deer up here close is definitely a buck. Dang, he's a pretty big buck. This fog is crazy thick. Right here to the right. It's rubbing him. I can hear making a rub. This little buck's looking over there. It's coming up to the right here. The little buck's looking at it. That's the buck they call the skinny tan. We can shoot this deer. He's coming right up here to the doe. I'm not sure about that shot. Dang it. He came right up here. And the way the blind's got the cut right there, I had him dead to rights right here. But I had to lean over and I was pushing on the blind, trying to get the blind out of my way. Daggone it. the skinny 10. I know it blew through him, and I saw blood when he was starting to run off, but it's just a little, I'd like it been higher. We'll just give him some time and relax here. This deer has no idea I'm standing here. If he was old enough, I'd be shooting a second buck right now. I can't believe he hasn't even picked his head up yet. This is crazy. Damn, deer, you are dumber than a brick. Deaf, dumb, and blind. He was standing right in here when I shot him, and he kind of ran just around that corner right there. Dead in the road. That's what those bucks were spooking from. I was walking out here to grab my arrow. He's dead right there. Perfect. It don't get no better than that. Heck yeah. No track job at all. I was worried about the hit. Not worried anymore. Look at that shot, just as perfect as a heart shot as you can put on him. That exit just came out perfect. The angle was right, but I was afraid I hit him a little far back, but I didn't. And I got a beautiful South Texas buck right there. Love those chocolate antlers. Beautiful 10-pointer. This is the buck that landowner was calling the skinny 10, just an old buck, and he's actually really poor on the body, and that's where he got his nickname. But just small deer for the age, but you can look at that face and tell how old he is. Nice 10-point, chocolate rack, South Texas deer. Got him with the Bowtech. Doesn't get any better than that right there. We don't get a lot of time to hunt down here because we're guiding so much, but when we do finally get to go, it's nice when something comes together, and it came together good this morning. And we saw another buck we were in here hunting at first light, but it was just too dark and this fog as thick as it was. He never stayed around, and they're rutting, so he just left with the does. But this guy came in late. We had rattled just before that and didn't see anything, kind of disappointed, thought they might come charging in, and he come in and checked the doe out. That doe was standing close to the blind, and they brought him right up to us. That blood trail was phenomenal. The deer only ran 60 yards. So, man, if you want to come on a great whitetail hunt here in Texas with Uncle Randy and I, give us a call. We'd love to put you on deer just like this. We got lots of them, and that's why we love Texas. A lot of fun.
What a beautiful Texas buck my third buck was this year, and I couldn't be happier. But now it's time to get Uncle Randy on a deer. He's still hunting that same spot. So I'm gonna go check some spy point cameras, make a game plan for him.
We got plenty of good deer showing up. I don't think we'll have a problem. We just need them to move. And I think one of these last two cars, one of the two more, is gonna be that stand we're talking about. All right, this is that Ramsey Reaper deer with that. I mean, I think, you know, we could go hunt there, but I think we should save that for a client.
That's fine.
Are you good with that? Or
Yeah.
I think somebody would be pretty tickled shooting that deer. This is a new one that's showing up there, and you could sit there and try to kill him because he'd be due. And the wind's right. You could kill him at Jack's. That's where he would go. That's where, before we moved that's where I was getting the most pictures of him. He's on that south end. And I don't get him at the south fence. I get him at, last year I'd get him at number 1 a lot, but he hasn't been there at all this year. I'm getting him at Ramsey Reaper and Jack's.
Okay, well, send me a picture of him. That way I don't make a mistake.
You can't on his age. I mean, you won't have no question in your mind about how old the deer is.
No mind. It's a 10.
I mean, you can't screw him up.
Where are you going to? And what are you going to do?
I have a top secret undercover plan that's going to work like a champ. Any questions?
No.
I've got it covered.
So
I'm allowing you to choose out of the options you've been given.
yeah, Jack stand.
Well, you could go to Jack's. You could go to the middle bow line where the buck came last night in daylight.
I'll just go to Jack's stand and get him out of the gene pool since he's there.
He's been there plenty of time. It's a big deer. That's what I would do. I think it's a good call.
Okay.
Cool.
Finally, Randy's going to try something different. I've got a ton of confidence in this spot, You can't shoot as far as where he's been hunting, but that's probably a good thing for Uncle Randy. And we've got a solid buck showing up on a real regular basis.
Well, the weather changed a little bit today, so I figured the weather could change. I'll change. We was sitting at the crossroads, but today we're at the Silver Bullet. I've always liked this spot, so maybe today will be the day. Who knows? That's him. That's the one Mike gave us the green light on. He's down. He's down. Man. Thank you, big guy. That was great. Wow.
Look at this. Look at this. One goes up, one goes out, and I'm not really sure what that right there is. It's got to be a point, not a kicker. This is totally awesome. I tell you, we was on another animal for a couple of days, and the weather changed, so we decided to make a change. And change-ups aren't always that bad every now and again. Look at this animal, though. I couldn't be happier. I swear I couldn't. I'll tell you one thing, I know exactly where he's going. He's going to the man room. What do you say, bud?
You killed one. Congratulations.
That CNI dog that you gave me, it works out.
Damn. Pretty nice deer. Pretty wide.
He is.
That is the one I sent you the trail cam picture of. I wasn't sure the picture you sent me wasn't all that great. So I was
Hey.
like, I don't know if that's him or not. So I sent you that like close up. I was like, if it's this one, it's the right one.
I said, that's the one we got a green light. About, it might have been a total of 10 seconds later.
I heard
And-
you shoot. I mean, I hit send, bang. He must have had it propped up on the window so he could like read it while he was aiming, and as soon as he saw it ding, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, he put on a show. I bet you he could have cleared this building right here when he jumped. It'd have been close.
Were they chasing does?
No, he was out there eating grass and stuff, and he didn't pay him no mind.
Huh.
Of course, they wasn't paying him no mind either.
Cool. Well, congrats. I'm glad you got one on the ground. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Good deer.
I'm happy with him, I'll tell you that. And I know exactly, I've already got the place picked out for him in my mind in the man room.
Randy has the exact same problem that I have. He has a wife that doesn't let him put mounts in the house, so he has a man room. Gave us both the excuse to get a big man room.